All right, so this is Epic Draft. Basically, how Epic Draft works is we each have 5 cards in front of us, and we each pick 1 card out of these 5, and then we pass the other 4 cards to our opponent, and we pick 2 cards from the 4 cards we're passed, and the final 2 cards in the pack are discarded. So for each draft round, we pick 3 cards total, and the draft decks are 30 cards altogether. I actually think Fumble's really good. This card seems pretty powerful. It gives a champion -10 power until end of turn, and then it recycles, so you can put 2 cards from your discard pile in the bottom of your deck and then draw a card, or it can be a draw 2. And this card is a 0-cost card, so the free combat tricks seem really kind of powerful. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the Fumble here. I think Rage is actually... Fumble just got banned and constructed. It's very good. Okay, yeah. Fumble seems great. And I can see this being banned and constructed because, like, you'd want to put this in almost everything, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab Fumble here. It's super strong. Rage is strong for similar reasons, but I think it's a little bit worse than Fumble on average. So I wait for my opponent to pick their card, and then I'll get to see their 4 remaining cards, from which I'll take 2, and then they'll take 2 cards from these 4. I've only played like 3 of them Immortals, but I've liked the ones that I've played. It's a really neat 1v1 draft format. I don't mind picking up a sweeper here, break all non-demon creatures, or draw 2 cards. I love that a lot of these cards are just like, yeah, I don't need this effect, let's like draw 2. So, and the Brachiosaurus and the Noble Unicorn, you have to play every card that you draft in this game. So if I draft it, it's being played in the deck that I'm playing. So if I take one of these 2, I'm kind of committing to one of these, because this card, well, I guess this isn't a total commitment because this replaces itself, but this makes every time I play a good card, I draw an additional card. And Brachiosaurus is the one that accelerates out additional wild cards. I think I'm going to take Brachiosaurus and try and move in on that. Yeah, I'm going to grab that. Sweet. And then Raging T-Rex immediately pays us off for doing that. Just going to move in on the wild here. And again, by passing my opponent no wild cards, I'm kind of sending the message, hey, you shouldn't be in wild, so they're going to move in and start, you know, not taking the wild cards out of their packs, hopefully. All right. Card's decent. What does this do? If a champion is attacking alone, banish it. Seems decent. And people usually attack. You're encouraged to attack alone a lot of times. I think I'm going to grab the hatchling on the lying in wait. I like that the limited format doesn't... How important is it in Dark Draft to be mindful of the cost of the cards as you draft? How does one get into the alpha? So you have to... The model of the game is... The sales model for the game is that you have to buy... you have to buy the sets outright, and they're very inexpensive compared to other digital TCGs. So for $20, you get into the alpha, which will give you access to the base game and the 2 expansions eventually. There's only 1 expansion in the alpha right now. Eventually, they're going to have the second as well. And then you also get 20 event tickets along with that as well when they have events in the game. Target champion gets breakthrough +3/+3. If it's an opponent's turn, draw 2 cards. That seems pretty reasonable. I don't want to give really opinions on what's good strategy in this game, because I don't have a strong grasp, especially in limited, of like, I don't even have a strong grasp in constructed of like what's good, bad, or otherwise, and what cards are powerful and what's not. This is running in wine for me. It's like every digital card game, it runs in Unity, so it's running fine through wine. I haven't hit any issues so far. Basically, every event card can be played on your opponent's turn. A lot of the time, the event cards will give you better effects if you don't play them on your opponent's turn. And then if a troop says ambush, a champion says ambush, it can be played on your opponent's turn. Brave Squire is very good. It puts a human token into play, so it makes a 1/1, and then it can give something +5 power and unbreakable until end of turn. So that lets you win in combat. And then unfortunately, all 3 of these other cards. Can you remind us of the best ways we could support your content? Very traumatic. Subscriptions are the best way you could support my content. I do appreciate it. I don't have any sponsor ads on here. I could put Inked Gaming on here. I guess they're not game specific. Hey, very traumatic. With the look at the prep there. Just the reminder and then the immediate resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for supporting my content. I guess I have Fumble and Lying in Wait, so like I might realistically make these happen. And this card's pretty reasonable, even so it's like an 8/8 ambush that can activate to deal 2 damage to 2 things. So I guess I'll grab the Dominator there. Standalone. This is like a pseudo sweeper, or it draws cards. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. I am passing a Medusa though, which is kind of scary, but this card's very powerful. Just like breaks something and it has ambush. So I've got a number of wild cards here so far, so I want to grab the Great Horned Lizard so I can stay in on that plan. Ambush, Blitz, Unblockable. Sure. It's going to nickel and dime them out of the game. Gets us more Sage cards here. Lightning Storm's pretty reasonable. It's removal, and Recall means you can rebuy this back to your hand, so if we run out of gas, we can start replaying it. I'm changing everything, 'cause you won't be there. How do drafts work in Paper with no pack? So it's kind of like how cube drafts work in Paper Magic. Huh. Standard Bearer is pretty good. This is a 5/2 that makes 2 humans, or 2/5 that makes 2 humans when it comes into play. And it gives your other champions +2, good champions +2 power, so basically it makes 3 1s. I think that's good enough on its own. Vampire Lord, Ambush, Blitz, Unbreakable on your turn. This deals damage, gets +1/+1 counters. Like kind of mediocre, but I think it's better than these other 2. I guess the fact that this makes my other things untargetable is like pretty decent. None of these are on faction for me, which kind of sucks. So, like, I assume if we were playing in Paper, we'd just shuffle up and deal out a bunch of 5-card packs, and then I'd look at mine, etc., etc. Breakthrough, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. Yep, I'm going to prioritize the wild cards. I've got some good wild cards like Brachiosaurus and Raging T-Rex that I want to make sure I can activate pretty consistently. I wonder if my opponent's in Wild 2 here. Avenging Angel is pretty good. Inheritance of the Meek is, like, decent too, though. Grab those 2. I've seen some of the excellent spoilers. I really don't dig into a set until I have, until I spoil everything. Because, like, you're basically, like, doing all your work twice if you, like, look at stuff and think about it, and then, like, they release more cards that mess up your stuff. Oh, is there a rarity aspect? Oh, it sucks that this is our first pack. Because, like, I want wild cards. And, like, I would love to get 2 wild cards out of this pack. Smash and Burn's pretty decent. It gives it something 5/5 and draws 2 cards. Like, gives you a combat trick. Sweet. Got a Jungle Queen. Deep and So is pretty good. Sweeper. Can I do a set review stream when they spoil everything? Maybe. I might poll people on that and see if they're interested in that. If that's good content. Is that better than just me playing games? I guess the set will be fully spoiled before we have everything. The full spoiler goes up Friday, right? Correct. Yeah, there's no strict requirements on color. I want the Fire Spirit or the Flame Strike. Feel like I have enough to make this Fire Spirit. I definitely want a wild card. I'm gonna take the Fire Spirit, I think. I think that whole cycle is very playable, Baychuk. That whole cycle seems very reasonable. You think Thoughtplucker every time? I really don't have enough wild cards. Thoughtplucker's very good. Yeah, we are guaranteed playing against the cards, like the good cards that we pass, and Thoughtplucker is a generically powerful card. Guess I'll take these and get a token sub-theme going. Yeah, the fact that you're guaranteed to play against the busted cards that you pass is like an interesting dynamic to this. It seems very powerful. The burned cards, these are the remaining 2 cards in each pack that I did not pick. This is a 1v1 draft format, that is correct. Ooh, we got double wild. Forked Lightning's pretty good. Wow, that card's... I should probably have this. And that's always the fun thing at the beginning of learning a new game, is like when you're like reading cards, you're like, oh, that card's really good. Muse is actually pretty powerful too. I might break synergy and take the Muse here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Muse. Picked a lot of wild cards up in this last pack. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Of course, there's no wilds here. I think the Lithomancer, she's pretty good. The name. Hey, yo, Punko, you want to riot, you will never find it. 1, 2, tell me what to do. Be like you. I see you found their Discord kickles. I'm actually going to add that link to our Epic Card Game channel. Alright, I got a Flash Fire. It's a decent card. Wow! Necromancer Lord is decent. There is a Jeff Discord, so you're a subscriber now. So it takes up to an hour to sync sometimes, but if you link your subscribed Twitch account with your Discord account and your Discord app user settings, you will see our server pop up automatically for you. Man, look at that. I've got the Dominator along with... actually don't think I want to mulligan anything here. Actually, the Worm Hatchling's not very good, I guess. I'm gonna mulligan these two, actually. Like the non-Sage cards out of my hand. And again, for each card you mulligan, you lose life at the start of the game. That's perfect. We got Brachiosaur and a wild card for it. Whoa. Whoa. For those of you that are new to the content, you hear me humming here in the background. I am listening to music in my headphones, but I don't stream said music because then my videos get muted. So I upload all my archives to YouTube after the fact. So this is gonna get uploaded there. I could flash this in and like bounce here. That's probably fine. I get to gain control of this when I do that. Right, deal. So I don't have to take damage from it. That's how that works. I don't know why I had it in my head that this gave this blitz when you use the loyalty. That's the other card. They just use that to draw 2 cards. That's pretty decent for us. I'm gonna go ahead and play Muse here at end of turn. Sweet. Muse let us draw an extra card. Found all of our stuff that way. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this now and shoot them plus their 5/2. This 5/2 is unbreakable on their turn, so I don't want to let them get back there. I'm gonna go ahead and play Brachiosaurus. Then I'm gonna go ahead and play the Raging T-Rex and reveal these 2. And again, even in the limited in this game, there's a lot of sweepers, so I don't want to extend probably too much more than this until they commit some more things to the board as well. There's probably a pretty good chance they're gonna untap and destroy the board here. That's a tilt. There's the Thought Picker that I gave them that's very good. This card, when it comes into play and when it damages me, I have to discard a card and they draw a card. Which kind of sucks. Again, probably shouldn't have passed this. I'm gonna go ahead and play this standalone to draw 2 cards before I discard here. I guess I could also draw something that could potentially kill this. I got punished for using this aggressively, which is something about the sequencing. Definitely something to think about. What does this card do? You may pay 1 if you do draw a card. I've been the Sea Hydra here. This Feeding Frenzy in conjunction with this card is actually an interaction I kind of like to explore and construct it. It seems really powerful together. It basically lets this kill anything. Or they're going to kill everything. Deal. It's bigger every time it attacks. It's annoying. This card's pretty good too. Age of Hysteria, going out to idiot America. Fire Spirit out here, draw a card. It is a little baby Godzilla. The art in this game's kind of good. I'm not like a big sucker for like Vorthos or artwork, but the art in this game is reasonable. I really wish that we could just get away from this in fucking fantasy. And I'm sure it brings in people, but like the large titted women that are just like hanging out, I really like Hex does it too. And it's kind of annoying, right? Like why does every female character have to have its like chest hanging out? It just feels tacky. I'm really liking Epic as a whole. The gameplay in it is pretty enjoyable. You feel us to be left out in the dark. I think I want to block this. Force of Will. Okay, Force of Will is just an entire card game designed around that, right? Do they have a combat trick or something here? They probably have something to finish this off. Wait, what? Break any... Oh, geez. Reading the card explains the card. Weird. That's so strange. It's almost like if I would have read their card, I would have known what it was going to do. It's really interesting. Gets them an event card from the discard pile back to their hand. Me. It's gonna lightning storm this. I really don't have anything else to do, but I guess I could play this. Doesn't seem particularly appealing. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. Man, the interface for that was great. Just super clean and easy and clear what I was doing at every single point. What it's like. Is that another thought plucker? What that is? Played final task. Oh, that's so annoying. They final task the thought plucker. What a little plucker. All right, so I have to discard a card, and then this is gonna run in and hit me. I have to discard another card. Tilt. We're getting a little bit buried. Remember that time? Remember that time we didn't pick the thought plucker? Man. Why do you guys watch this guy stream? He's really bad at this. Alright, we hit up for 7. I think I'm just gonna pass here. We're like ahead on board, right? So like if they do something, then we can do something. They're just starting their turn, that's fine. Like they need to do something, they have to answer the 7/7. We're just gonna like beat them down, right? So there's like this bob and weave where like if they play their thing, I know they've done their thing, so I don't have to worry about them doing anything. So like now they have the initiative basically, right? This gives all of my champions that. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and pass here. The Inheritance of the Meek probably gives us a little bit of a chance. So this guy gets to gobble this guy up. So we're ahead on board now, but we've used our gold for the turn and they haven't yet, so they get a chance to deploy something here. Oh, that is Blitz, isn't it? Yep. We're just supposed to take this hit here. Yeah, that flash and rejoin is probably definitely some kind of bug from the alpha. I can recall these. All right. Why is my crypt lighting up? This is Epic's Digital Alpha. I think I just want to draw 2 cards with this. Yep. Eek, we're gonna lose this game. Pretty far behind. Guess I can play this and they bounce here. Do you win the game if you deck yourself, or do you lose the game? I don't actually know the answer to that question. Stand up if it's broken. You win if you deck yourself. That's cute. That is actually a real win condition here. The best way to answer that question is to draw more cards. You're not wrong. Alright, so they're going for lethal here. Thankfully, we have this fumble. Do I want to recycle this fumble? If I recycle, it puts 2 cards in the bottom of my deck. Is that actually our win condition? Is our win condition here drawing our deck out? It might actually be drawing our deck out. I think I want to recycle and get a card. Alright, which of these cards do I want to redraw realistically here? Probably the T-Rex. Because the T-Rex is going to let me deck out too, right? I think I want to just like put a bunch of blockers into play here. The T-Rex went to the very bottom though, so like when we hit the T-Rex, it's going to draw out for us. So like putting the T-Rex in the bottom is basically neutral, right? That's gross. With what's written on my heart. I did not. I have not played in anything that gets you an invite to their Worlds tournament. I just started playing this earlier this weekend because I backed the digital and had it downloaded but hadn't been playing. Conk's pretty good. Last place is $500. I don't know that I have time to play a ton on paper, unfortunately. I think I have to use this inherit to banish all their stuff here. It puts us at board parity at least, which is nice. That's annoying. Ugh, Thought Plucker. And they have a Keeper of Secrets. So decking out probably is not realistic at this point. This dot plucker is just gonna like our day. Yeah, we're pretty dead to this dot plucker. You can only concede in this game when you have priority. With the alpha is right now, which is a little annoying. Sure, that's just an feature that they overlooked. Chance there. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Oh, is the Star Realm app like that too? Is that by design? That's silly if that's by design. It's not. That's not a good feature. You cannot concede at any time, right? You're gonna sit there and watch me, damn it. Alright, let's try another draft baby and then not pass Thought Plucker this time. That's just good programming right there. I want my AI to just like BM the crap out of me. That sounds like a feature. Huh. Drain Essence is okay. Rebel Rouser actually seems pretty good if we can get into the tokens archetype, and it seems like fine if we're not in the tokens archetype, right? Just like makes 2 tokens and then it makes 4 tokens. Gets out of control really quickly. Deal 4 damage, each attacking champion without airborne. Put 2 zombies into play. Yeah, sure. Chat input on cards is great. Teach me why I am stupid. I really don't have a good gauge for measuring why cards are good, bad, or otherwise currently. You think Drain Essence is really good? I guess the gaining life is pretty good. Dragon Tyrant's a pretty good card. Unfortunately, like, if I pick this card, I'm going to want to try and enable, like, some loyalty from it. Non-Kickstarter people can play right now. You can buy access to the alpha. Basically, you're buying the base game and the 2 expansions up front when you do that, and then when it comes out of alpha, you'll also get $20 worth of event tickets. So the sales model for this game is you buy the base game for $10, then each expansion will cost $5, and you just get a playset of all of the cards for that amount of money. Mix 0s and draw 2s. You don't want slow ones. Draka seems pretty good. None of these other cards seem particularly exciting with it. Like, maybe the Faithful Pegasus is good alongside the Marcus Captain Watch here. Like, these 2 are good together because this guy needs let's loyalty draw a card. Yeah, let's try those. The Pegasus is good. Let's do it. 0 with recycle is a free card. That's fair. When it attacks or blocks, one of your human champions gains airborne this turn. Is this card really good? This card strikes me as really good. It's not sneak. Oh, surprise attack? Surprise attack's great, right? Like, this card's very powerful. Tribute is comes into play effect. So when this card comes into play, you do X. Makes all your slow ones better. Yep. White Dragon's really good, right? Palace Guard's also decent too. My gut says take these two. Like, both these cards seem great. This card draws a card. If you played a good 1-drop, yeah, both are great. That, my gut was right. My gut was right. Yay! Yay! We're not a complete idiot. So, Rally the People seems okay. I think Waiver Transformation is probably the pick here. So Sweeper that draws cards. Transform each champion into Wolf Token. Seems great. Wolf Tokens are 2/2s for reference. And that's quick speed. Okay, that makes sense. Nope, this is Constructed as well. We actually played Constructed for the first hour tonight, Big Kitty. I've really been enjoying the Constructed. I think the draft seems fun, but I think I enjoy the Limited a little bit more. Or the Constructed a little bit more. This card seems decent. It's like, it's pressure and it's free, right? Are the cards from the expansion, the first expansion is in the game. The second one is not. Tyrants is in, Uprising is not. This pack's pretty bad, right? My gut says this pack's pretty bad. Is Battle Cry the pick? It's a draw 2? Yeah, look at that. Someone agrees with me. I think this pack is bad. I think I want the Battle Cry. The good news is my opponent's going to have to take 2 cards from this bad pack. You think Lightning Storm is good? Yeah, we want to open bad packs and get past good packs. Yeah. Lightning Storm is better? Okay. Hey! The table you're drafting on looks like a bad leather couch with the 15-month resubscription. What's going on, David? We need to get a board game night together here sometime soon. Gold Dragon seems great, right? It's got Airborne and Blitz. White Knight seems okay too. How do you feel about White Knight Gold Dragon here? What's going on, Gym Class Hero? Yeah, I want to play Evolutions too. You think Priestess is better than Knight? I guess it recycles, right? So free things that recycle basically replace themselves. This thing replaces itself. I could be talked into taking the Priestess. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is currently an alpha build. But I've been liking it a lot. I've got the base game and the first expansion in. This pack seems okay. I don't know if I want the Quell or the Resurrection here. Target champions or your discard pile is broken, so return it to play. Just like draw 2s are fine, right? Kind of want the Resurrection. No, the alpha is out on OS X and Windows for Steam, and it's on the iOS beta had limited slots, but it's on Android as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work Epic into the regular schedule, but I plan to do it. I plan to stream it on occasion. And this is one of those games that's like super easy to play too. And like one of the really sweet things, if you're just getting in here, I mentioned this earlier, because a lot of the things in this are turn-based, if I wasn't streaming for you all right now, I could stop doing this draft on my computer and pick it up and continue drafting on my cell phone right now. So this isn't a collectible card game or a trading card game. When you buy Epic Digital, you have 3 copies of every card in the game, and you just get to play. There's no jumping through hoops. There's none of that nonsense that all the other games have. You just have everything. So if you enjoy playing, you just get to play and draft and play Constructed as much as you want once you buy it. You banish cards for your discard pile. If you do, this card seems okay. Is that playable? It will be on iOS when it fully releases. I believe their Kickstarter said that they had limited Apple only gives them a finite number of beta testing slots for iOS, so I don't believe you can get beta access on iOS right now. But if you have Android, you can get beta access on Android, OS X, and Windows. And when they have a full non-alpha release, it will support OS X. I played a little bit of Netrunner with one of my buddies in college, but honestly, Netrunner's like super convoluted, complex for my... I remember walking away from learning Netrunner with him and going, this game is overly complicated. So I think this card's really good, right? This card seems really good to me. The interface on the phone is identical to what this is. It's moderately touch-friendly. I haven't had any issues with it so far. My phone isn't particularly large. My phone's upstairs. I just have I actually have a smaller Android phone. You've been aptly damned. We're all guilty of the same things. I mean, like, there's definitely... If New Standard is sweet, would you do donations for a Grand Prix? Probably not, Immortal. Like, I would much rather, like, have a donation goal for a 24-hour stream than, like, have a donation to send me to a Grand Prix. One, it's actually less time out of my life to do a 24-hour stream than it is to go to a Grand Prix. And two, I'd probably be happier during a 24-hour stream than playing at a Grand Prix. Like, paper tournaments, they suck. Digital is great. Can I just talk about how great digital is regardless of what the game is? Arcade research is, like, decent here, I think. Wither's good. Cleans out tokens. Okay. Draw 2 cards. Break target champion. The play alternatives. Bitten seems okay. I get that Wither's good. I think I'm gonna take these two. Take the zeros. Standalone decent. What's the bug with Heinous Feast? It's pretty situational. That's fair. Oh, they gain the life instead of you. That's pretty bugged. Is Royal Escort good? Royal Escort versus Standalone? How do we feel about those? Snack Size Biscuit, they manually fulfill your order. So it says on the thing, if you look, it says it takes up to 5 days. JW in the Discord chat said they got it to him in a little bit less than a day, so it doesn't happen instantaneously. I have a lot of good cards, so yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the Royal Escort. Huh. All of these cards seem pretty reasonable. I kind of want these two. She's a little bit medium when she doesn't have loyalty to get Blitz to transform into a wolf right away. I guess I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6, 7. Maybe that's enough to activate her. She's a pretty powerful card. She can transfer something into a wolf every turn. I guess transform is probably a little bit more flexible than lying in wait too. I'll take these two. That makes sense. We can prioritize picking up some Sage cards in this next pack. Hopefully, these next couple picks. Hopefully. Knight of the Shadows is pretty good, right? Kong and Inherent to make are also seem powerful though. Kong's a pretty strong card in general, right? Kong Daddy. Alright. Like grab him on raw power level. That's a strong card in general, right? We do have a surprise attack, don't we? We do. The Kong surprise attack is quite great. Crystal Golem seems fine. It's another on flex card. This is a break target. What if you do break 2 target champions? Is Dark Offering good? This is called Epic Card Game, correct? I think I want Crystal Golem just for the Sage card, so it could cycle itself. Judgment's good. You think I should take the Apoc and the Judgment? I think I want the Golem. I think I want the Golem to make my Alara a little bit better. Erase is like Dece plus, right? Like, this generates us some tempo and it's a draw 2. It's like on faction for us. Like generates tempo and remember, if you're just tuning in and you didn't catch the entirety of the stream, we've been streaming for about 2 hours now. They all get uploaded to my YouTube channel after the fact, so you can check those out for sure. If you're enjoying what you see and you're one of the new Epic folks and you want to help support more content from myself, the best way to do that is by subscribing, so please consider doing that down below. This pack's great too, right? Like, Sea Titan is great, and Forest Exile is the best pick after that. Grab these two. This is a draw 2 or a piece of removal that makes humans. These 2 cards both seem great. I don't think I have any life gain. Which is, I have Priest. It's literally just Priestess, isn't it? I have Priest and Royal Escort. The Angel has been good. Then this expended, you may not be attack. I'm gonna take the Angel. That card's super fucking annoying to play against. Annoying. Don't like playing against it, should probably take it to play with. I do know how end of turn works in this game. Are you asking me to explain it to you, or are you asking me because you think it's neat? Because I do think it's neat. How the end of turn process works in this game is very unique and interesting. Haven't seen you pass without using a crate much. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a feel for that. Curse, put a demon token into play, and then break target 0. Yeah, Curse seems great. The game's about gaining initiative and then staying ahead once you're ahead. Is Worm Hatchling good for that reason? Or they have wild cards to enable that. Beastron. Oh, Thrasher Demon. Sure. Faithful Pegasus. Probably want to wait till that is tribute to do something with it. It's a little bit more pronounced in this game, stack size biscuit, because of how the resource system works. Yeah, so we don't want the Pegasus till later. Think Wave of Transformation is worth keeping. Misguide Herald. Love me some Misguide Herald. So I'm just gonna like drain essence this, right? Shoot that down. And I want to go ahead and Misguide Herald now, because if they play something, I can Vanishing it. People's Champion into play here. Is mulliganing supposed to put it in the bottom of your deck as opposed to inserting it randomly? We're gonna draw 2 with this. Card's pretty good. Break that guy. And this is the part where I kind of just want to like Vanishing this, right? Like pick your shit up. Yeah, just like sitting off the coin is fine, right? And like if they want to play something to interact with my blockers here, I can then like play C Titan and say, hey, pick that up, and like continue pressuring. LC2 Blitz, deal 4 damage to target, sure. So they're gonna jump plus kill a demon here? Or just kill a demon? Or we're gonna team up on that, sure. This card seems great, by the way. This card see constructed play? If it doesn't, I probably should. It's not good enough. I've not. I should really sit down and read all the cards. Hide me. I can be the one. I will never let you fall. Am I supposed to play the White Knight here? Draw a card? I think so. This thing is unfortunately going to be able to shoot down some of our stuff. I don't think I'm supposed to see Tyrant it, though. We're still ahead on board here. That's pretty good. Waves are crashing. And unfortunately, I don't have a way to use a resource on their turn to punish them playing this Raging T-Rex. I actually think we're getting pretty far behind here. Decent draw. And to attack with this, if they block, I can Lightning Storm and clean this up and this. That's a bit of a tilt. And I get to eat my Dorko. Why wouldn't you eat my thing? I guess I have to ship this in there and hope it works. They've got like 7, 8 cards in their hand though. Yep. Yeah, this game is donezo. All right, that's enough drafting for the evening, I think.